guys, it is so nice to be here today with you at 4 p.m. Who's drunk? Yeah, all right, cool. I'm just on ketamine. But it's so nice to be here. This is a really nice change of pace. I actually just got back from a 10-day road trip with my father. Party! Yeah, we got to spend time together. Yeah, arguably too much time, I think. I believe I'm turning into him. Just kind of scared. My face unlocks his phone now. Which is just Apple's AI saying, get Botox. You know, it's not very nice. My dad is proud of me despite who I am. It's a very kind thing. I was kind of a weird kid. I don't know if you're getting that vibe. I was a late bloomer. Any guys late bloomers? Ooh, okay, rest of you fucking at 6. Okay, that's... no, I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? You gotta give it some time. I breastfed for a long time. Yeah, kind of a win. My mom made me stop. Total bitch. She made me stop once I started complimenting her earrings. Yeah, apparently you shouldn't be able to say exquisite with a tit in your mouth, but you know, it is the lessons we are learning. Yeah, no, my parents, they're really nice people. They're proud of me despite, okay, so can I share a little life update with you guys? I just got fired. Yeah, full-time comedian now. Isn't that's fun? I got fired, but I had one of those work-from-home jobs, so I got fired in kind of a weird way. You know, it was like 4 p.m., I had no meetings on my calendar, right? Then all of a sudden, 4:05, I had a meeting that just said, important. Right? Problem is, I had already started my popsicle. Yeah. So this week I had to get fired while sucking on Sonic the Hedgehog. Just specifically third quill. I like to save the gumballs for last, you know. Gargle them. But it was crazy during this meeting. My boss, whose name, I don't know her name. I think that could be part of the problem. Sometimes you get what you deserve. But my boss, she said to me, you know, Danya, you just don't fit in the company culture. Right? And I said, my mouth isn't usually blue. I can be normal for you. I'll get Tweety Bird. He doesn't stain. He does not stain. More about me, I'm queer. It's contagious. You have bangs now. But it's terminal. I'm queer. I live with 13 people. Classic. I live in something called a queer artist commune. Okay. It's a laugh line. I live in a queer artist commune. If you don't know what that is, it just means we have black mold. That's the extent of it. But I'm attracted to most people, which is not a threat. But I discovered something recent. Can we get a little dirty? I actually have different kinks for different genders, which is kind of fun, right? I found out for women, I like being a little more dominant, you know, a little type of. I can't stop looking at you. That's really it. Okay. So I found out for women, like being a little more down, you know. And then I found out for men, I actually really enjoy premature ejaculation. Yeah. That way we can go back to playing Halo 2, you know. That's what I came here for. You know? If you're non-binary, I'm just very dominant while playing Halo 2. It's the best of both worlds. Guys, thank you so much. I'm Danya Trommer!
I know it can be shocking because I give off the energy of a youth pastor, but that's only because I did grow up in church. Don't pull back on me, okay? I pulled up in church, but it was a church where we would sing songs about God, and you could not tell until the end. Like one of my favorite songs in church went exactly like this. If this is love, then you can take it. If this is not, then don't you fake it. My body is the Lord's. What are we talking about here? Who wrote that? Pastor R. Kelly? Because I'm just saying, it's hard for me to pray when I'm turned on, okay? Gotta be focused. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting to that stage of life right now where it's starting to feel like I'm becoming the parent to my parents. And, ooh, y'all going through it, okay. No, I'm at this stage and I've been realizing that I have failed my mother-daughter. I don't know where I went wrong, but I relate to those parents. When I take my mom in a store, it's like a parent with a toddler. I'm like, act like you've been somewhere before. Case in point, I took my mom to the African American History Museum in DC a while ago. Oh, y'all really woke, okay. All right, so I'm there. I don't like to say this, but I feel like I have to because I wear my hair like this. My mom is black, okay? And some of y'all laughed, my daddy black too, stop playing. Okay, so, anyways, okay. So I'm at this black museum with my black mama. And this is where I realized I failed her as this parental figure because my mom looks at a portrait of a woman who's a slave, then looks at me and says, Alexis, can you imagine having to dress like that? I said, Mama, that is the least of her concerns. I'm in this museum trying to hold back tears, and my mama's playing America's Next Top Slave. We're looking at a portrait of a woman standing in a cotton field, and my mom's first thought is, ugh, that looked like a potato sack dress. I said, Mama, it's 1866. That is a potato sack. And here's the thing, it'd be different if my mom was a fashion icon, but she's doing all this judgment wearing a matching sweatsuit. Can you imagine judging somebody when your booty says baby fat? Ridiculous. All I want in that moment, I wanted the woman in the portrait to have a chance to defend herself. I wanted her to come alive like Night at the Museum, just start roasting my mama. Like, I know you ain't talking. Is that a sweatsuit from Shein? I'm in the back like, Timu, same difference, get her. Everyone says dating is hard these days. Everyone says that. I disagree. Dating is really easy for me. I'll tell y'all my secret. It got a lot easier once I accepted that I am the problem, okay? Thank you, I'm here all night. I know I'm the problem because my favorite part of every relationship has always been the breakup. Yeah, like when dudes call me crazy early on, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this was my best behavior, okay? Like when it's time to break up, I'm like, get ready for a show, all right? Razzle dazzle time, brother. Y'all think I'm playing. There's a dude who I dated for 6 weeks 2 years ago, and to this day, I am actively trying to accomplish all of his goals before him. This man posted his vision board, and I said, that's our vision board. I'm locked in. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm going after all of them. And they're making me a better person, truthfully. I got a Roth IRA right now. I can't lie to y'all. I don't know what it does, but I know he ain't got one. So that's a win. I'm learning Japanese now. Arigato gozaimasu. He's not learning Japanese. He just likes to watch anime, so I have to be in one. I'm even attempting to be a better father to his son, because somebody's got to do it. Otherwise, this kid's not going to learn how to catch. And I don't want you to be confused. I'm not doing this because I want to get back with him. I'm doing this purely to hurt him. You gotta get creative these days, okay? Remember 10 years ago, you wanna hurt a man in the worst way possible? You sleep with his best friend. Ladies, the fellas aren't reacting. That don't bother them anymore. That don't work. You sleep with a man's best friend in this day and age, they're just gonna slap dicks and call each other Eskimo brothers. No. You wanna hurt a man in 2025, there's only one way. You gotta be a guest on his favorite podcast. Yeah, you didn't wanna listen then, I got things to say. I've been Alexis Bradby, thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Let me introduce myself. My full name is Connor Mackenzie Meade, and I am not an Irish man. I'm not. And I want you all to know that my parents picked that name, even though it definitely looks like I chose it. Thank you. She has a look. So I had to shave my head because my hair was thinning. Don't feel bad for me. This look is crushing in Bushwick. I'm cleaning up, baby. But no, I had to shave it because my body produces too much testosterone, which paired with the boy's name is a little suspicious. I almost feel like my parents wanted another son so bad they started feeding me the gay frog water Alex Jones was talking about. You know, and it kind of worked. I have always been a tomboy. For the younger people, that's what they used to call she-theys. Fun history fact. I do go by she, her pronouns unless I want to ruin Christmas. Then I go crazy. No, it's fun. I definitely have a boyish charm about me. At least I think that because once I was hooking up with a guy and he told me that I reminded him of his father. That was a lot. I think he said that because after he came and I got off him, I went, well, I'm hit the road, champ. Got out of there. And then I never talked to him again, just like his real dad, so. No, but yeah, the look's fun. When I first shaved my head, the look was crushing in Bushwick. It doesn't do as well when I meet older, more established comedians, because when I enter a room, all they see is a final boss of the Me Too movement. Going to take him down. It's also hard when I go back home to the Midwest. Like, I was at a random Walmart, middle of nowhere, Michigan, and I was getting looks. They're all like, what the hell is that thing? And it better not use the goddamn bathroom, let me tell you. And I'm just like, hey, chill, don't look at me, I'm trying to steal. On that note, my dad's a cop. Stealing's the only way I get his attention. No, it's crazy having a cop dad, because whenever I tell people, I get a crazy reaction no matter what. I have people that are either way too into it. They're just like, oh, your dad's a police officer? Kiss him in the mouth, thank him for his service. I'm like, oh, God. Or I have friends that are like, you're a bigot if you don't kill your dad. And that's a lot. Even growing up, like, I was a punk kid going to punk and metal shows, and everyone was like, hey, Cab, all cops are bastards. And I was like, yeah, fuck the police. I totally don't love any of them. My dad just dropped me off and paid for me to get in. He was extremely supportive. I don't know who my look's mad at. It's not my papa. But the kids at these shows, they thought I was a snitch. And I was like, hey, I don't want my dad to know that we're doing drugs either. I'm on your side. They act like I work like a monarchy. Like, once my dad dies, I become a cop somehow. But I think you have to be able to, like, run a mile, and I don't do that. And neither do they if it's after a school shooter. So, you know, oh, take that, Dad. No, it's crazy. I've always kind of looked like this, though, ever since middle school, and I met my first goth boy and fell in love. I love this guy. He had long black hair, fingernail polish, the works. Every time he entered the room, the wind would blow his long black greasy hair. And in the distance, I'd hear a quiet, hoo-wah! Ow, I practice that. Thank you. And the little chains on my pants would rust because I'd be so wet. Just rust. He was also covered in chains. We were both covered in chains. Every time we dry humped, it sounded like a haunted pirate ship. It was cute. And then one day he told me, hey, do you want to come with me to church? I was like, weird. We're in a graveyard playing with a Ouija board, but okay. But he explained that there was a bus that would pick the kids up from school, take them to the church, and there was like no adults on this bus. So every Wednesday, I got fingered on that church bus. Let's go! Still the hottest thing that's ever happened to me. Nothing hotter than getting finger blasted an hour later, just being like, my God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above. I'm Connor Meade. Thank you so much.
Brooklyn. I don't know if anybody here has ever tried therapy. I actually recommend it for most people. If anybody's on the fence about starting, step one, I would say on that path to bettering yourself is definitely having health insurance, okay? Because otherwise it can get pretty pricey. And if not, don't bother. It's not worth it, all right? Just stick with the demons. They technically aren't real, but debt collectors will chase you in real life. I found that out the hard way. I had insurance to cover my sessions. I still have to pay a copay. To this day, I don't understand what a copay is. How are you gonna pretend to cover my medical expenses and ask me to chip in last minute? Imagine if I took a girl out, paid for most of dinner. I was like, actually, you gotta cover the rest until you hit a $5,000 deductible. It's the plan your employer signed up for. I'm in therapy because I have a dad, and dads are fascinating creatures, aren't they? They don't have the greatest reputation, generally speaking. Like, if you took every dad in history and had like an aggregate Yelp review, you would not eat at that restaurant. My dad's main thing is mansplaining, also anger and an inability to connect with his kids, but who's keeping track, really? I don't blame him. He got it from his dad, who in turn got it from his dad. One time, super randomly, my dad goes, did you know if a cow on a farm touches an electric fence, the next 7 generations of that cow will inherently know to avoid that fence? And I was like, wow, Dad, cool. You can see generational trauma in nature and not this family. Right. That's what the therapy's for. Things are getting pretty hectic these days. I've even heard some people consider leaving the country entirely. I was actually just in Japan. A lot of white guys in Japan right now. A lot of white guys, which by the way is crazy. For a white guy to leave America now, that's like leaving the Bulls during the 90s. Okay, that doesn't even make any sense. But Tokyo, famously, mostly Japanese. So you see these guys, they're very noticeable. And I was just like, why are they all here? What are they all doing? They can't all be creeps who love Asian women. You understand what I'm saying? So I met a guy, he'd been there 20 years. I said, hey man, what brought you out here? Hoping he'd say, I don't know, job, family, military, something along those lines. He said, the women. And look, I was like, I don't know, maybe he's trying to be funny. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Jokingly in response, I said, hey, you know we actually got plenty of Asian women back home. And he said, not this many. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we should lead those creeps in Japan. I was actually on a first date recently. Girl brought up that she was a little bit more sexually adventurous. And I was like, oh, how so? And she goes, well, I would love to tie you up and make you watch me have sex with another guy. And I was like, oh, cool. So that's probably not my thing. I feel like there are plenty of options still on the table where, I don't know, I was a little bit more involved, you know? Then she goes, how would you feel if I invited you to an orgy? And I said, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I don't even really feel comfortable at parties with my clothes on. So this might get tricky down the line. Didn't lead to a second date, ended up back on Hinge. I don't like sharing that on stage. One time after a show, girl comes up to me, she goes, you know, I thought about it. And if I saw you on a dating app, I'd probably fuck you. And I said, I'm right here. Why is this a hypothetical scenario? She asked if she could buy me a drink. I was like, nah, I'm okay. And then she kept asking. She was being real pushy. I was like, no, I'm good, miss, thank you. Then she goes, no, really, if you let me buy you a drink, I'll show you my tits. And I was like, who taught you how to negotiate? Okay, I understand yes to so much less than that. So here's the thing. I think we all understand the internet can be a rather politically volatile place these days. As comedians, we make jokes that not everybody loves. And not that long ago, I said something objectively hilarious that a certain group did not happen to enjoy. And I got targeted, I got harassed, racist comments, death threats, the whole nine. It was not fun. I don't recommend it for anybody. Now that I've had some time to process it all, the message I got the most from these conservative psychos was, where is your next show? And I understand that these people were threatening to murder me. However, I've been doing stand-up 11 years to very little financial success. And I gotta say, it was pretty nice to hear somebody finally start to ask that question. I don't care how they feel about me. Can they buy tickets? And by the way, how beautiful of a thing would that have been if they didn't like me and I made them laugh and they were like, oh, he's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? But no, that didn't happen. The internet is full of unwell people. You should have seen in the comments. One lady was like, we got to make sure Netflix knows we will never support a special by him. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're already on that page. I'm not getting calls from Netflix. And at one point, I was sincerely scared for my safety or well-being until I realized my favorite part of that whole episode was that most of the people that wished me harm had Yahoo email addresses. And that's when I realized I was gonna be okay. You guys have been great. My name is Rahul. Thank you.
It's peanut butter Haley time. Peanut butter Haley with a baseball bat. Guys, let's go. All right, let me get a read on this room, and that way then I can make all the jokes perfect just for you. Okay, let me hear you make some noise if you're gay. All right, let me hear you make some noise if you're normal. No worries, I can say that. I identify as a lesbian. Yeah. Lesbian to men. I know that's one. Come on. Kelby, okay. Yeah. I keep getting in trouble in the queer community. It turns out they don't like when you call non-binary people boathies. My bad. I wish the bad news stopped there. I just got kicked out of my favorite restaurant. Yeah, turns out the Cheesecake Factory doesn't like when you go in the kitchen and go, it's literally like the bear in here. That was hard. It's all right. I don't really go out much. I just like books. God, I've always been such a book nerd. This is so nerdy. But growing up, I had this poster of President Bush reading a book to a bunch of kids in a classroom. I've just always liked books. So yeah, no, I don't really go out much. I don't like shows, no offense. I really don't like concerts. Does anyone here like concerts? You like concerts? Yeah? Then why don't you stand for the rest of the show? Oh, you love concerts. Yeah, I don't have the attention span for it anymore. I watch everything at 8 times speed. That's going the maximum amount of speed possible, and then fast forwarding 10 seconds every 2 seconds. I watch all of The Sopranos in 6 minutes. And I gotta say, I don't get the hype. That show makes no sense. TVs used to be simpler. You guys remember? You guys remember when TVs used to have like a fat ass on them? Remember when computers used to just have like a dump truck back there? Remember when you didn't have to tip your Uber drivers? I think. Yeah. I'm not even sure if I do it now, because I use Uber like how I use porn, where like the second I'm done with the ride, I'm like swiping out the app. I'm like, ah! You know, I go back a week later and it's like, did you enjoy your ride? And it's like, ride? That doesn't sound like something I would do. That doesn't sound anything like me. I went through a breakup this year, no worries. Yeah, she took full custody of the dog. I miss you, Mr. Tuesday. All good. She got sober while we were together also. That's awesome. My life is such a movie. It's a movie about a rockin' life, my life. And she got sober while we were together, and once she was sober, I was really proud of her, and she told me all this stuff that she used to do while she was an active alcoholic that I never found out about, that I never knew of, and I just thought it was crazy. She told me she used to hide empties all over the apartment, like empty alcohol bottles and cans. Like, she used to hide them all over, and I never found any. I never knew. And I thought that was pretty crazy. Once she stopped drinking, she was just drinking a bunch of seltzers. And I'll tell you what, she didn't hide those empties. Those cans were all over my damn apartment. So, had to get her to start drinking again. That sucked. No worries, now I'm great with the sober chicas. It's awesome. If you're sober, I'm taking you to Dry Bar. We're getting matching blowouts. I'm taking you to Coffee on Me. Puppuccinos. Now I have this problem where I keep going out with femmes. Yeah, no shade, but it's like, what are we gonna do, okay? I go out with these femmes, and it's like, well, I'm not gonna go, they're beautiful, but then we get to the situation where it's like who's the top? And it's like, they assume because my voice is this low and my posture is a perfect U, they're like, you're the top. And it's like, no, I'm beautiful. But nevertheless, I'm like, okay, fine, I'm not gonna not have sex, so I'm like, I'll pretend to be the top, okay? So, here I go, being the top. Here I go, eating your pussy. Here I go, going down on you. Gotcha, clit. Thank you guys, I've been Haley.
Hi, Bauhaus. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. So I'll tell you guys about myself. I was raised by a Dominican woman, so that means that I'm a survivor, yes. They're brutal. So I was talking to my mom about my hair the other day. I'm usually rocking like a curly afro. It's straightened right now because I heard Ice was out there. So I just give myself a 2-second head start to So I was telling my mom, I'm finally loving my natural hair, I'm embracing my curls. I'm like, I just wish my hair would grow a little bit faster. I want a big afro. She said, if you lose weight, your hair will look bigger. I'm like, I'm putting her in a nursing home. It's okay. As soon as the words left her dirty little mouth, I'm like, this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna put her in the nursing home, right? And she's gonna complain about how small the room is at the nursing home, right? Because I paid for the smallest room. And then I'm gonna get to look at her and be like, if you lose some weight, this room is gonna look so much bigger. You're gonna have so much room for activities, bitch. Oh, she's crazy. And she's always asking me when I'm gonna have kids. That's a threat. I'm not for breeding, but I'll tell you about a time I almost got caught. I was with a Puerto Rican, right? He has 4 kids, as they do, right? We're together one night, and I'm reading the Bible scriptures off of his chest, right? And do you know him? He's religious. Anyways, I'm 2 verses deep into Corinthians, right? And then he wants to show me a new tat he got on his shoulder next to the lion and the cubs. It was another Bible verse. It was Genesis 1:28. God blessed them and said, go forth and multiply. I said, who put this curse on your back? I started thinking, I was like, all right, he has 4 sons, 4 baby mamas. All the baby mamas are Dominican. He's trying to start a baseball team, right? You guys are with me? And he's sizing me up. He's like, this big back Dominican bitch looks like Sammy Sosa.
mid-bleach. I was thinking he's trying to breed me for the MLB. I'm on to him, okay? It's not gonna happen, though. I do take the pill. I know it's like the DVD of birth control, but that's where I'm not putting an anchor inside of me, okay? And I asked my gynecologist, I'm like, what do I do if I miss a pill? She said, oh, you just double up and keep the packet going. She's in cahoots with the Puerto Rican, right? They're waiting for me to fall. They're waiting for my downfall. So here's what I do if I miss a pill. Works every time. I grab a third pill, I crush it up, and I snort it. And then I say, I'm never gonna die 3 times in the mirror, okay? It's worked every time, you guys. And you know what really ties my tubes? When I tell someone I don't want to have kids and they like give me shit for it, like mind your pussy, right? My cousin had a baby for some reason, and yeah, it came with a stepson, and he's a beautiful boy, right? He has autism, and I've known him for 6 years now. He just turned 8, and his thing is he doesn't like to be touched or touch people, which is like a really common thing with autism, right? At his birthday party, for the very first time, he came up to me and he put his little arms around me and he gave me a hug. It was a big step for us, right? And he looked up at me and he said, you eat a lot. I'm like, oh. That's enough speech therapy for Jaden. I was like, I didn't know he was measuring me with his little autistic Rain Man arms. I'm like, you can get off of me now. Before I put lotion on you. He hates the feeling of lotion. He's a very ashy child. I'm like gonna threaten him with a bottle of a vino. Oh God, this has been so fun. I love doing comedy. I was doing a show recently in Connecticut, and this male comedian, he came up to me after my set to give me advice, which I love. He started going off on a rant about Pete Davidson, right? Everyone has a story. He said that he used to do comedy with Pete before Pete got SNL and blew up. I'm like, that's so cool. Are you still friends with him? He said, no, he stole my jokes. But he sucked the dick, and I wouldn't. That's why he's famous and I'm not. And he was wholeheartedly warning me. He said that every single famous comedian in the industry literally had to suck someone's dick to get to the next level. And I'm a new comedian. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be so famous. This is... Because I'm the throat goat, you guys. I was like, I'm gonna be a billionaire? Like, I'm gonna have a deal with T-Mobile tonight? It's not gonna be a rags to riches story. It's gonna be a come rags to riches story, you guys. It's gonna be beautiful. Hey, I'm Carolina Montesquieu. Thank you so much.
Hello guys, how's it going? Yeah! Said this is a show for newcomers. Honey, I'm an old pro. I've been doing it for a while. How's it going, guys? I'm so glad to be here. Yes, amazing. I brought my tote bag with me today. Don't know why. Haven't opened the thing in weeks, but it kind of stays glued to my side at all times. I think living in New York, I like to carry a tote bag because I don't have a car, but deep down I still kind of yearn for a glove compartment. You know what I mean? Unrelated, if anyone does need 13 loose Chipotle napkins, please see me after the show. I think we can strike a deal. I've been wondering recently, how many of the great works of art throughout history do you think mainly exist because a gay guy didn't have access to social media yet? Because thinking about it, like if I were around in, let's say, ancient Greece, I have to imagine I would have felt about Athena very similar to the way I feel about Lorde in the current day. But to get that energy out, I can just kind of like tweet her lyrics with a gif of Abby Lee Miller, and I'm good. I go on with my day. Mischief managed. But I realized my queer elders didn't really have that same privilege, now did they? Had to sort of dedicate their lives to stonemasonry and build temples just to scratch the same itch. You've heard this meeting could have been an email. I'm saying this wonder of the world could have been a fan cam. That's... Plus, have you seen how those statues stand? It's called contrapposto, for those wondering. I'm not a religious person, but I do consider myself pretty spiritual, mainly just like on my phone. You know when your iPhone gives you featured photos, just like random pictures that pop up from your camera roll? Those are my tarot cards. Those, I think, have like so much to tell me about where my life is headed, how things are going. Like, Oh, a picture of my Prius that I took in 2017 to remember where I parked. The chariot. Forward motion, positive momentum, things are looking good. Or like, oh, a screenshot of the mom from Good Luck Charlie's anti-vax tweets. The high priestess. It's time to reflect and retreat. Things are not as they seem. Or like, an earnest selfie I took because I thought the lighting looked nice. The fool, chaos, folly, lack of judgment, it's not safe, turn back now. I won't tell you what the one of swords is, but we'll tell you, it's looking like I got romance in my future, honey. No, I do. I'll say it. I like to send nudes. Yeah. Come on. But I do think we owe it to each other to be like a little more creative with our nudes. I feel like there's a real lack of innovation in this space recently. Like the other day, you know how on iMessage you can turn a photo into a sticker? Well, I tried to turn my dick pic into a sticker because I'm whimsical and sexy. And it said, this object cannot be turned into a sticker. First and foremost, my body's not an object. Let's start there, Tim Cook. Second most, now how am I supposed to terrorize my boyfriend while he's at the office all day? I don't believe in invisible ink. But I did pretty quickly recognize like a silver lining to the whole situation, which is that at the very least, I now know that my dick is normal enough looking for AI to recognize it as a dick. You know what I mean? There's comfort in that. Like, usually I like to stand out from the crowd. In this case, I'm happy to just be one of the boys. Yes. Obviously, I need to spend less time on my phone. I'm trying to look at my phone less before bed. Last night, I caught myself. I was 15 years deep into my high school English teacher's son's wife's sister's ex-husband's new wife's Facebook page. And I was just like, something has to change. As long as it is not anybody's privacy settings. Speaking of which, I recently made the mistake of letting TikTok access my contacts. Don't do it. I almost immediately got a notification that said, follow your friend Michaela, with a photo of a 12-year-old girl I had never seen in my life. And then I looked at the associated contact name from my phone, and it said Pop-Pops. So folks, I'm led to one of two conclusions. Either A, my recently deceased grandfather's phone number has been recycled and is now like this girl's first iPhone ever. B, my recently deceased grandfather's soul has been recycled, and he is now number 11 on volleyball and 13 on basketball at CCMS and a major Benson Boone lover. Either way, we are rooting for you, Michaela, and we miss you, Pop-Pops. I'm Charlie Flynn. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Max. I'm transgender. What? But it's the weekend. I know. I know. It's gonna be like every day. We're all gonna have to get on board, okay? I'm a transgender man. I have 3 sisters, so growing up in my family, the whole thing was like 4 girls. People would meet us and they'd say, wow, 4 girls. That's crazy. And I was like, that is crazy. Someone's gotta do something. We're halfway to a softball team, damn it. I'm gonna bring those numbers down, if you don't mind. I say I was a girl. I wasn't really a girl. Like, I was a girl the way 3 children stacked in a trench coat are an adult. Just, whoa, gonna try out for the soccer team now. Since everyone's buying it. Meanwhile, everyone's like, oh, and there's 3 children stacked in a trench coat. Nice. I'm a transgender man. You ever met a man who used to be the most interesting girl in the English department? If you've ever met a woman whose favorite author is David Foster Wallace, you've met a man. I moved to New York this year. It's the first place I've ever had to qualify the sentence, I'm transgender. Now I say, I'm transgender as well. I'm transgender too. I like New York. I don't know how to do everything here yet. I don't even know how to be gay here. And some of you are thinking, you seem gay to us. Thank you. I went to a gay bar. That was a mistake. That place is for advanced swimmers. I walked into a gay bar and I heard someone say something I really agreed with, so I did what I thought we do, which is this. I was like, I agree with you. Without even turning his head, the gayest man in the world said, I did not just hear snapping. No, you might have heard the sound of someone driving back to Vermont. Whatever, dude, I don't care. I'll go back right now. I miss being gay with a gun, okay? It is so different out there. When you move to Vermont, they give you a gun, okay? And if you say you're queer, they give you two. Ben gives you one, Jerry gives you the other. I had a gun when I lived in Vermont. I feel like it's important to tell people that so that we know when we're talking about gun owners, sometimes we are also talking about art majors, which should be reason to be afraid. You've seen a Jackson Pollock, you don't want that guy in a shooting range, okay? But side note, gay bars weren't even built for people like me. Notice how when you walk into a gay bar, there's no separate room where you go when you're having a panic attack. But I am starting to feel like I live in New York. I got punched by a woman from her wheelchair. Now, I need you to be as upset as you were. What happened is I was standing outside of my nephew's baptism, anyone else, and I felt the shape of a fist in my side, and I just went, oh, I've been punched. I've been punched, sorry. Is that perfect present tense? Yeah, I didn't see a woman was trying to get by me. So you can see that story one of two ways. Either thoughtless man blocks only accessible path for older woman, or some lady hate crimes, Asian transgender uncle. Either way, you win and lose somehow. Isn't that fun? I am Asian. I'm Filipino. We're like the free agents of being Asian. What are you? Who's asking and what are they offering? Because the Puerto Rican kids offered me a table at their lunch table. I see at their lunch table, so I might stick with them. It's, you know what the funny thing is? When I was a kid, we just didn't have the word transgender yet. Everyone had to call me sporty. My sister was the first to point it out. She was like, why is everyone calling you sporty when I'm the one who's good at sports? And I had to tell her, I was like, sporty means I'm about to have a hard time in high school. I never made it past the first round of a tryout, and everyone everywhere was like, that is a very sporty girl. And there's no other explanation. Meanwhile, I'm just missing layups. Yes, the synonym for so easy you can do it every time. I didn't think I was trans, okay? I thought I was really into windbreakers, but that's about it. Hey, you know what they say? One man's windbreaker is another man's whole thing, really. My name is Max Higgins. I'm gonna get out of here.
Jump scare British. To be fair, not that much of a jump scare considering I am dressed like the girl version of Paddington Bear. I'm dressed about as British as you can dress before things start to get racist. Wow, 5 minutes with the gang. Is it cool if I call us the gang? Don't worry, I'll make the group chat. I am severely uncool. I noticed this recently because of two things happened that told me I'm really uncool. First thing that happened was I was walking down the street in Manhattan. There's a guy coming towards me, and he's trying to open a jar of weed that he just got at the dispensary. I'm going, wow, amazing, good for him. Kush time. He's feeling, he's trying to open it. He looks up, we make eye contact, and he immediately stuffs it into his pocket. Sorry, was no one gonna tell me that I have potent narc energy? What the fuck? Okay, so that was the first thing that tipped me off. I was really uncool. By the way, made all the worse by the fact that I used to be a stoner. Yeah, me, Kush, every day, all the time. Yeah, I was a stoner until I reached what I like to call the phantom voice's point of no return. Some of you have met the devil as well. Yeah, so that was the first thing that tipped me off that I'm uncool. Second thing that happened was I was scrolling and I got an ad for GoPro. We know these cameras well. As a society, we've really accepted them. And I thought, gosh, wouldn't it be cool to have a GoPro? Wouldn't it be cool to have a GoPro? Not so I could, strap it to myself while I jump out of a plane. Not so I could strap it to myself while I ghost hunt. Not so I could strap it to myself and get some unusable footage of a pool party. No. Wouldn't it be cool to have a GoPro so that I could glue it to the inside of my dishwasher and find out why in recent weeks the top shelf clean has been dissatisfactory? Woo! Yeah, I'm really uncool. What a way to find out. I'm in therapy. Thank you. Not for the uncoolness, for the raging OCD, of course. I'm in therapy, and we're working on You Cannot Pour from an Empty Cup. We know this one? Yeah. But by far, my favorite words of encouragement have to be, "This too shall pass." God, that's good. Oh my God. Wow. Balm to all my woes, this too shall pass. I honestly think this too shall pass could heal me of a gunshot wound. I could be lying there, instant resurrection. I actually think we should make it part of CPR. So if the person lying down, compressions, ETC, lying down. Life-threatening. And then I go in there and I just whisper in their ear, "This too shall pass." Think about it, we can incorporate that. Worse words of encouragement, obviously, "They're there." Sorry, what do you mean? Sorry, what do you mean? Where? Oh my God, completely useless. And as a society, we see that in the media and we go, yeah, that just means calm down, it'll be fine. There. Bloody hell. Do you guys like impressions? Okay, this is my impression of the person who invented the four-wheel suitcase that night when they got home. You fucking did it. You finally fucking showed them. Oh my God. You can buy a Lexus now. And maybe they'll even let you make a profile on Raya. You guys, thank you so much. This has been so fun. I'm Stella Webb.
Oh my God, Bell House, get loud! Crowd serve, let's go, okay. Is it anyone's first time at the Bell House? Welcome. I want to sing a song for y'all. Can someone call out a song to sing? Oh my God, I heard Chandelier by Sia.
Thank you for saying that, girl. Do we know that song, Chandelier by Sia? Let's all sing it together. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier. Go for the high note. People love to be like, Chappell Roan got a whole room of people to sing along to her song. And I'm like, it's not that hard. Have you tried just asking the room? The opening line of Chandelier by Sia, "Body girls, don't get hurt." Sacred text to me. I dated a guy in college, and he pulled the no labels conversation on me, and I walked out of his apartment with tears in my eyes, and I was like, "Putty girls, don't get hurt." I gotta say, it really helped. A week later, he was like, "Oh my gosh, JK, I wanna be your boyfriend." And I was like, patience is a virtue. And then a week later, he was like, "You're actually the most annoying person I've ever met," and he dumped me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3. Are there gay people here? If you're gay, say "f*** it" right now. Love you, girl. If you're straight, say "f*** it" right now. I'm gonna get you girls. Okay, I always tell my best girls, you can say it as long as I can film it. And we've got a camera there. We're live on Veeps, let's go. One time at a show, I asked a straight guy, I was like, "Have you ever thought about saying the F slur?" And he goes, "Of course." And I felt like a bullet to my chest. Felt fucking good. Are you straight? Come on, brother. Come on. Come on. Come on, brother, let's go. Gay guys love to be afraid of dapping, and I'm like, let me take life by the horns. I've been dapping all of my gay friends more, just because I want to sort of create a safe space for everyone to do it. And my gay guy friend was like, "You know, I've never felt more safe than doing it in that moment. Mother Teresa walked so I could run." No, I feel good. Do we smoke weed in here? Amazing. Awesome, you can't get addicted to this stuff, right? Scientists say genetically you cannot get addicted to weed. Scientists being my college roommates. Completely unrelated to that, my first boyfriend in college, he was the love of my life. Perfect guy, he broke up with me. Whoa! Perfect guy, he broke up with me, the one that got away. When he broke up with me, he said, and I quote, "I have to break up with you because when we kiss, I hear a demon's voice in my head." Perfect guy, no notes. Love him. Completely unrelated to that, every single day of our relationship, we smoked weed. And completely unrelated to that, this is me when I get really high. I'm a demon. Just good. Fucking fun, you know? Did we vote? Right? Awesome. It felt good. Did we have sex on election day? You guys. Come on, you have to fuck when Zoran wins. Oh my God, I have to actually, all this talk about voting, I have to be sort of honest with everyone how I voted. I voted for Bush in my school's mock election. Everything went wrong after that, I think. It's giving gays for Trump, I'll say it. My mom calls me recently and she's like, "Do you remember what you did in your school's mock election in 2004? I go, "No, freakazoid, I don't." I was 5. She was helping run the school's election, and it's amazing that they made the first graders vote, which is awesome. And according to her, I was in line at the school election, and I live in the reddest county in Texas, and I was standing behind this girl. It was George Bush versus John Kerry. And there was a girl in front of me who was like, "I'm gonna vote for John Kerry because my name is Kerry." And then I say to her verbatim, "We live in the reddest county in Texas. Your vote doesn't matter." My mom was like, "How did you know that?" The girl ran out of the school crying. And now I'm performing at the Bell House. Yes! No, I just feel fucking good, y'all. I feel fucking amazing. Does anyone here have any nieces or nephews? Yeah? Who's got a lot? How many you got? Name them. Are any of them gay? You know. No, every time I do that, I'm always like asking people, I'm like, "Oh, are any of them gay?" And it's always people being like, "Oh, they're too young, you can't ever know." When I was born at 6 months, my mom goes, "Low-key, guys, I think he's gay." So no worries. I'll leave y'all with this. I was sucking dick in Ridgewood recently. Anyone else? If you go there from here, it's like study abroad. As I was gagging on his cock, sorry, I made eye contact with you, an ice cream truck drove by. Of course, I come up for air and I go, "Ooh, my Uber's here." And he laughed so hard, he came. And now the man in that story is my boyfriend! Erik Martini!
What's up, white people? How we doing? You good? Charlie got murked. Not sure if y'all heard. I wasn't one of those people that like publicly celebrated his death. I did it privately. I did it at home. I am, however, publicly celebrating the death of Dick Cheney. Let's go. Fuck that guy, dude. I got so drunk on Tuesday, man. Everyone was like, Zoran won. I was like, Cheney died. You know, it was just a really incredible. But yeah, I just hit 2 years in New York. Thank you. I think I like it. I think so. For me, living in New York is a lot like going to the club. It's really fun if you're getting laid. Otherwise, it's a terrible financial decision. Does that make sense? Like every month I pay rent and I didn't get laid that month, I'm like, I could be not getting pussy in Georgia. You know, like I could be $3,000 a month is a lot to beat your meat. I do like New Yorkers. I like how tough people are here. I used to live in California. Everyone there's a huge pussy. People here have some backbone. The other day I was on the train. A crazy person stood up and started screaming, and a black girl went, "Shh," and he stopped. I was like, "You can do that?" Like I didn't know they listen. I love the diversity here in New York. There's a lot of ethnicities here I didn't even know existed. Like on my third day here, I accidentally walked through the Orthodox neighborhood of South Williamsburg. Whoa! No heads up on that? No warning? There could be a sign. Like, "Hi, welcome to South Williamsburg. Past this point, there's a bit of a change in the vibe." Because as a black person, I was like, I don't know what year this is supposed to be, but I don't think we were free yet. So, gonna get the fuck out of here, dude. I love Puerto Ricans, so they love me. Yeah. Point proven. Because they think I am them. My whole life, people have been telling me I look Puerto Rican. I got here, I was like, oh shit. Like, mi familia. I did see a Puerto Rican say nigga for the first time, and I was like, if that's what it looks like when I say it, I'm gonna stop saying it because I don't like how that looks. I'm a liberal, I'm a lefty. Yeah, this is what you call pandering. One thing I don't like about being a lefty is how often we have to lie. Does that make sense? Like we're always lying. Like when January 6th happened, we had to pretend like we loved America. Remember that? We had to act disgusted, even though storming the Capitol is punk as fuck and objectively cool. When they tried to kill Mike Pence, I was like, no! Not Mike Pence. When the tariffs happened, we had to pretend like we understood the economy. Remember that? My ex-girlfriend posted something about the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I was like, you're a witch, okay? So I didn't know people own crystals and ETFs. But the worst lie we've ever told was 3 weeks ago when we all pretended like we watched Jimmy Kimmel. Come on, guys. We don't watch that shit, man. Show of hands, who watches Jimmy Kimmel? Exactly. Yeah, but the only thing I know about Jimmy Kimmel is that he has done blackface, and I still tweeted, "This is a dark day for America." So almost as dark as Jimmy in that sketch. But yeah, politics are getting pretty crazy. The Trump administration recently said that trans people are a terrorist organization. And as someone with a trans sibling who I grew up with and shared a room with for 7 years, I've been saying this for a long time, actually. Trans people aren't just terrorists, they're also snitches. And at a young age, they bite. All right, that's it for me. Thank you. Bye.
Hello. I just got back from Florida. It's a pretty terrifying place to be as a transgender woman, but really the greatest place to be as a white trash bitch. When you go through TSA, they scan men and women differently. So I go through, instantly set it off, and I look over at their monitor, and there's the biggest, reddest box around my crotch. And listen, I'm not normally one to brag, but I'm definitely larger than your average woman. So now it's like 8 a.m. I'm getting the world's most thorough pat down from a woman who looks distinctly like my grandfather. And like on the way back, I decide that I don't want to have to deal with that again, right? So I get up to TSA and I beckon the agent over and I go, "Excuse me, I am transgender. My genitals will set off your machine." And the entire airport goes silent. There are 2 things you can say to shut down the airport in Pensacola, Florida. And that's "I am transgender" and "I am transgender, but in Arabic." A man approached me on the bus earlier, and he started out very normal, you know? He was like, "I'm in love with you. Can I have some of your hair?" But then he kind of looks me up and down, and he goes, "You're black, right?" Whoa. I don't know if you can tell this by looking at me. That's not one I've ever gotten before. Like, I would blend right in at a whites-only lesbian convention. Sorry, a Phoebe Bridgers concert. I am a lesbian. Being a transgender lesbian is kind of a weird thing to be, because it's like I spent thousands of dollars on hormone replacement therapy and put truly irreparable strain on my relationship with my family just to dress exactly how I dress as a teenage boy. Like, this isn't the woman that I was setting out to be, you know? Believe it or not, I was aiming for Sydney Sweeney. I kind of landed on transgender JoJo Siwa. I was at the doctor the other day, and she asked me to take my shirt off, and when I did, she goes, "Oh my God, those are incredible." So I've now officially been diagnosed with great tits. Yeah, my medical chart just says, "Auga." Thank you. I was there because I was switching from hormone pills to hormone injections. I have been calling it my she-heroine. Hormone injections has given me baby fever, I don't know what to do about that. I'm just pacing back and forth in my room like I need to find a way to get access to children. Which coincidentally, exactly what Tucker Carlson thinks I'm doing. But like, people get nervous about trans women being around children, and I know that because I said that I wanted access to children, and the vibe in here got weird. But it's so stupid. Like, I'm not a danger to children because I'm transgender, you know? It's because I keep hitting them, and I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. It's because I'm Catholic. This does feel like a good time to mention that I do currently work with children. I teach stand-up comedy to middle schoolers. They shouldn't have that power. Yeah, the other day I had to tell a 12-year-old white boy that it was probably not appropriate for him to be telling jokes about the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. And in response, he says, well, maybe I just have to find an audience that isn't a bunch of white women in their 40s. Okay. First of all, I'm 25. Secondly, bitch, you better watch yourself. You're about to make me commit the world's first after-school shooting. I will leave you guys with this. The other day I was doing my set, and the first time that I mentioned that I was transgender, a woman in the back goes, "Oh." That's what that was. Which means that she had spent my whole set being like, there is something different about that girl. Is she black? My name is Sunny. Thank you so much for your time. Good night.
How are we doing, Brooklyn? How's it going? It's good to be here. I saw a guy with no arms, and he was wearing a Nike shirt that said "No excuses." It's like, that shirt was not made for you. You know, that shirt should say "Two very legitimate excuses," with arrows pointing at the shoulder. The shirt had sleeves too, so like they were dangling a little bit on the side. And it's like the manufacturers of that shirt didn't even anticipate someone with your level of hardship wearing that shirt. You have excuses. I should be wearing that shirt. I have no excuses, and things are not going that good, you know. But according to my mom, it can all be fixed with a haircut, you know. Just the first and only page of the Boomer Mom self-help book. I could call my mom tonight and tell her I'm gonna kill myself, and she would say, "Don't do that," without trimming on the ears at least first, please. My parents are all right. My parents are still together, but they shouldn't be. You know, anyone else have that fun vibe when they go home? My parents operate like they agreed to get a divorce 15 years ago, and like somebody fucked up the paperwork, and now they're just sticking it out. You know, my parents pass each other in the kitchen, like, "Excuse me." It's interesting. You know that couple in your friend group that lives together but then breaks up, but they have to stay in the apartment through the end of their lease? And then you go to the apartment and it's weird and you like them both, but it's like tense and awkward. That's Christmas for me. That's what it's like being home. I know I did say I'm gonna kill myself a little bit ago. I'm not, but I have started sleeping with an eye mask and earplugs, because if an intruder breaks in, I want to be defenseless. That makes sense. Like, I want him to do to me what I don't have the courage to do to myself. How does that? But like, for real, like, I'm lying in bed in my homemade sensory deprivation tank, and I'm thinking if somebody does break in, I am fucked. I'm down 40% of my senses. I got my 3 worst ones left. Hope I smell them coming, you know? Hope I don't taste them coming. That's a whole separate level of crime. I do get night terrors. I don't know if you can tell. Night terrors are fun. I feel like God or whoever made me and gave me so much anxiety during the day, and then right before pushing me out into the world, he said, I know it'll be funny. Let's fuck up his nights too. That's now I'm single and dating again, and it's like I've learned the hard way. There's two very distinct times to tell someone you're dating that you get night terrors, which is either before one happens or way too late. You know, I had a night terror in front of a girl I'd just kind of started seeing, and as scared as I was, she was 20 times more scared because she didn't even know that was a thing that could happen that night. Then I had to explain it off. It's like, babe, I'm sorry. I know up until this point we've mostly talked about like our favorite seasons, and that you're from Maryland. I remembered. I must have missed the fact I wake up screaming like every 3 months. But that's going good. I think night terrors are not my biggest fear. I think my biggest fear is girls who wear necklaces with their own name on it in cursive. They'll fuck up your life and remind you who's doing it the whole time. That's they do not care. I guess the only maybe benefit to that is like if you are bad with names, that can be helpful. But I'm also bad with cursive, so back to square one. I like to imagine like being in bed with a girl and she's like, say my name, and I have to be like, what's that, Mazzy? Baggy, the G's, fuck me up. By the way, I get night terrors. This is fun. I don't know if you can tell, well, I've mentioned it. I do have a lot of anxiety, and I think a lot of it pinpoints back to a specific day in my life. I remember it very clearly. I was in 3rd grade. It was the first week of school, and I got my first pimple. 3rd grade, I was the first kid in my grade to get a pimple. I woke up, giant pimple on my nose, went downstairs, told my mom, and she was like, go to school, the kids will understand. They didn't. They were all laughing at me and making fun of me. One of the teachers joined in. It was awful. I tried to like cover my shirt for a little bit. That had to come down. It was awful. Worst day of my life. I went home and I cried and I was so miserable. And I thought that nobody would ever forget about this. And that's all anyone's ever going to be talking about for the next month at least. And I swear to God, the very next day was 9/11. And I'm not making light of it. Obviously a national tragedy. That being said, those guys took a lot of heat off my back in 3rd grade. Thank you so much for my time. My name is Max St. John. Have a great night.
Y'all think white people make out with more tongue because they got less lip? That's my whole set. The rest is us thinking about it. Break into groups, chat among yourselves. I came up with that because this white chick gave me a hickey that was just a straight line on my neck. How did you do that? I'm so sorry I gave you a hickey. No, you gave me a hyphen. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'll go down on you. And I was like, you will do no such thing. Your lips are sharp. And I'm already circumcised. I know I start racial. I think it's because when I was growing up, people always used to tell me that I talked white for a black guy. And then I shaved my head, and now they say I talk black for being Indian. And that's an important joke, because I do say the N-word up here sometimes, and I need y'all to know that it's okay. One time I'm doing this show, I say nigga on stage, right? This Pakistani woman gets up and goes, you can't say that, you're not black. Ma'am, I swear to God, I'm a black guy. No, you're not, you're Indian. And she said it with so much conviction that in that moment, I felt Indian. Something came over me. I was like, ooh, y'all Pakistanis always talking shit. I was so mad. I called her the worst thing. I called her a slur. I called her the worst thing I could think to call a Pakistani person. I was like, you know what, lady? You're Indian. And she laughed. We hooked up. It was a good night. It was a very good night. That night, I'm going home. I'm on the subway. And I smoke some weed to relax, right? I get on the car. It's just me and one other guy. And this guy is brandishing a knife. And I'm scared, and I'm high, and I'm a comic. quick aside, when I get high, I get very dumb. I get like really stupid. Like I was high when I found out about Charlie Kirk. My boy was like, hey dude, did you hear Charlie Kirk got shot on television? And I was like, I'm gonna be very honest with you, I don't keep up with new rappers. He was like, are you messing with me? Charlie Kirk is a white guy. I was like, white guys can be rappers too. And he was like, no, he would go to college campuses, kids would come see him talk shit into a microphone. I was like, it sounds like a rapper. And he's like, no, he talked about the Second Amendment and guns all the time. I was like, are you trying to convince me that he is or is not a rapper right now? They're like, no, he was best friends with Trump. I was like, Lil Wayne or Kanye West? It was like, no, some people thought he was a Nazi. I was like, then Kanye West. I get dumb when I'm high, right? So I'm on the train, I'm scared, I'm high, I'm dumb, I'm a comic. He has a knife. All that came out my mouth was, is that to cut the tension? And it's not my best work, but I was under duress at the time, all right? We get to the next stop, and it just so happens that the cops get on. And I was like, oh, thank God the cops are here. But then I felt guilty for feeling relieved, because I'm a black dude, and those are the police. But also, get him! Sickin' boys! And in that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, this is how white people feel when the cops show up? This is a great feeling. This feels amazing. I don't ever want this to end. I hope they think I'm Indian. Because I need them to get the right guy. And they did. You know, they got the right guy. I'll give credit when credit is due. And I think it's pretty cool considering all the bullshit that cops have put black people through over the years that I can get up here and I can share a story about them actually helping one of us out. And I think it probably helps that I told them my name was Parnush Gupta. They were like, sir, what's your name? I was like, me, I'm Parnush. You can remember it by don't shoot Parnush. All right, y'all, that's all the time I got. I've been Ryan Thomas.
Five minutes isn't gonna be enough time for me, is it? Because if I had a bit more time, y'all would all look under your chairs and there would be a Bible and a highlighter. And what will we do right now? Annotate. Right. The Bell House. They were afraid to let me in here. They were completely afraid of my ideas. I got an email right before this. They said, Gracie, if you step 1 foot in here, we'll have to kill you. But the moment I post my brand deal with Twisted TX Capital One, everyone's crawling back. Yeah, I know how this industry works. It's fucking funny, actually. Anyone here have an IUD? Okay, yes, putting you on my spreadsheet, girl. I have an IUD. Hardest part about getting the IUD, right? Trying not to come. They're sticking that metal rod up my cervix. I'm like, don't think about Jeremy Allen White. I work at a preschool. I used to work at a sushi restaurant. Now I'm an assistant preschool teacher. This is a career trajectory you're all completely allowed to do. Just go for it. I work with the 1-year-olds. This is one of the youngest ages we have available to us at this time. It's crazy. But sometimes I'm with the older kids. The other day there were these kids, they were playing a battle of Batman versus a tiger, period. But another teacher came up and went, oh, we're not doing this right now, we're not. Oh, we're not? Then you're not gonna like the stuff I've been teaching them then. I got kids over here, I'm reading them my fan fiction, Young Lean X Kamala. And they're actually absorbing a lot more than you would think. So we're here to address the male loneliness problem. I can speak on that again. Male loneliness, right? It's in the conversation. What is it? We don't know. But male loneliness is real. I know that because I have it. When I heard the phrase male loneliness, I went, thank God there are words for what I have. I watched that show, Ted Lasso. I'm having male-style panic attacks every day. I'm so fucking depressed. My wife's pussy feels different now that she gave birth. Not worse per se, just weird. Fuck my life. The iPhone is the devil, says the media. Not to me, it's not how I'm doing it. It's actually my superpower. The other day, I saw on my phone, the Guinness Book of World Records account had posted the biggest dog in the world and the smallest dog in the world. They put them together, took a picture of that. Do not put me in the same room as my fucking opposite. Do not do that. We will be trying freaky style sexual stuff. Do not put me in the same room as my opposite. We will be playing doctor. What does she mean by that? My mom keeps sending me that article about how Bill Hader has anxiety. Bitch, I don't care about that. I don't want to do any of the things that he did. I want to get a permanent tattoo of red Gatorade stain around my lips and make music. I'll say this. Guys aren't being so horny towards me as they are being allied with the feminist cause in ways that are deeply dark. Don't talk to me about the importance of female pleasure. I'm 16, I have a science test tomorrow. I saw this guy wearing a shirt. It said, women don't owe you shit. Women don't owe you shit. Yeah, I do. How about a big old high five? Shit, I'd throw in a blowjob too if I didn't have COVID. Thank you guys, I've been Mwaura.